minus 60s, this is what we find in textbooks, 7.35 to 7.45. And old people, plus 65% of water, of body fluids, that's why we call them plus 65, genetic medicine. 7.3 to and minus 57. These are the normal body fluid standards. Next, please. Creation of mankind. Remember, we all started from here. Okay, I will show you why we fall ill and why we should get better as a rule. We live day to day in a danger zone, toxicity. Remember our values. Amniotic fluid, where the fetus swims, maintains a buffered pH. This is before the newborn. Minus 160, the amniotic fluid level. Mother will eat anything. There's one organ in us that will prevent nonsense to come here. The placenta has to process everything that will come here. Because this fetus is in heaven, but coming out soon to suffering world. This is the idea. When a child is born, I will explain those parameters. But let me, Mojna, Nazad, minus 160. That is fetus. The child is first year old, 0 day old, comes out to the world, shining. Everybody wants to carry the child. 90% of fluid. The child maintains minus 80. Remember, in the amniotic fluid, minus 160, come out to the world slash half. It's now minus 80, 7.7. This is when the problem begins in our life. How did the problem begin in our life? I will start from the beginning. If somebody attacks somebody with an acid, corrosive acid, it ranges, this is pH scale, 0 to 14, right? Anything below 7 is acidic. Anything above 7 is alkaline. This is our active life zone, 8 to 9. Anything more than 9 is alkalinosis. I drew a woman that is pregnant, an old man that is old, like old man with walking stick. Because we move from here towards there. But day to day, this is what we do. The cells require only the clear fluid from us. Negatively charged. Has to be alkaline. This is skin risk. That's why they attack people with acid. Good. After corrosive acid, the next toxic compound ever known in the world is iodine. That's why you dare not drink iodine. Isn't it? Я объясню пошаг, как мы живем на мире. Что мы сделаем, что мы кушаем каждый день. Потому что, когда мы родились, это когда началась все проблемы. Я объясню все ситуации по жизни. Потому что мы идем отсюда до стариков. Что внутренне, это 7, это pH scale, изменения. Да, скала. 0 до 7 это acid, кислота. От 7 до 14 это alkaline называется. Short. Если больше 9, это не хорошо. Для организма буфа это только 9, 8 до 9. Я так объясню. Something is only allowed to us, permissible to the skin, is iodine. Iodine is permissible to the skin. But nobody dares to drink iodine. Even if you have goiter. Some doctor that came here the other day asked me, when I went to the Perigoscare hospital. Those days, they drink iodine to get better and goiter. No, I told not the real iodine. Iodine should be taken in trace elements for you to get the required thing for the body. Not drink the concentrated iodine, because that's bad. But the idea is, it's permissible to the skin. That's why it's used for dressing the wounds. But watch, iodine is 2.5 pH and 7,000 millivolts. What flows in us? Minus 60. Don't forget, what flows in us? Minus 60. Next, people that like drinking spirits. Okay? Yeah, sometimes when I do birthday, I can take Jack Daniels or whatever, but I have my secret. But if you take it, don't keep your own secret, you get wounded. So I will tell you the secrets today. If you're taking spirits, you're taking 3.0, the pH level of spirits. And the charge of spirits, be it vodka, whatever, Hennessy, it's 5,000 millivolts. When people take this, they don't die immediately. You know why? Because God created in us liver control system that activates the buffer system. But the duty of the liver is to clean the blood, not to do any other thing. Я объяснили, что наша печень сделает, только чистить кровь. Не надо дать другой работы. Но когда люди постоянно пьют, они дают еще работу для печени. А потом печень попадет. Это так я объяснил. Why? Because we have a good fast system that helps the liver to work better to clean up. That's why people that are drinking, the liver can coordinate it. Signals will go to the brain, and the brain start getting down. That's when you start fidgeting, and the cerebellum is affected. So there's loss of balance. So if you see some drunkards on the road, you see how they walk. This is the idea, nothing else. But spirits maintain 5,000 charge. Our BM gas drink, Coca-Cola. I know in Gujarat, India, they like Coca-Cola. They like to drink Coke. It's good, yes, but it's actually bad. It's good for their satisfaction, but bad for the cells. This is the whole idea. When you drink gas drinks, it's 3.5, be it beer or gas drinks, any type. 3.5 pH, 3,000 charge. Again, the buffer system is activated because you want to satisfy yourself. It's activated and it will clean up again. But what happens for people that are used to always drinking? Hepatosis, right? If it's infection, hepatitis. But we say hepatosis. So when they bring them to the clinics, we try to check what? The parameters. Creatinine, AST, LFT, just to determine liver function test and the rest. Good. But when the liver is failing, it becomes cirrhotic. Liver cirrhosis. You cannot do anything because the liver has overdone its work. This is the whole idea. Next is the coffee. People like to take coffee, but it's 4.0. Black tea, 4.5. Original green tea, 5. If it's Asian, Indian have a special, in Asia, they have special tea because it has a level of antioxidation. It's 5.5. But watch, these are all still in the danger zone. This is what we take day to day because we want to satisfy ourselves, not to satisfy the cells. Cells in us need only that water. That's it. But if you want the cells to jubilate, you maintain the 3 parameters of the water. But most of us get only 1 parameter clarity. Okay? But water is not actually neutral. That's what they tell us in chemistry those days, that water is neutral. But it's not. Water is 6 to 6.8. The water that maintains 6.8 is only one water in the world. Euro Swiss water. It's sold for 5 euros in Switzerland. 500 ml, sold for 5 euros. You ask yourself sometimes, why is beer cheaper than just ordinary water? Because the secret is this. Naturally, anything that will kill you easily will be cheap. Anything that will help you has to have value, has to have a value for it. But thank God water is everywhere, okay? But the idea is they all maintain this zone. And it's a danger acidic zone, as a rule. But active life should be here, 8 to 9. Now, I will explain something else. When somebody have a road traffic accident, you send them to an emergency unit. For instance, in 11 больница. Я сейчас объясню ситуацию, что люди кушают, куда они попадают по нашей пьескале. И сейчас, что мы сделаем как врачом на больнице, когда человек, может быть, сейчас слушал ДТП, привезу человек на больницу. Мы отправляем медсестр. Это первый час, чтобы сделать гидрацию. Это что нужно? Капельница. What do we do when we have an emergency in the hospital? We send the nurses anywhere in the world. If there's an emergency, set the IV line. What we call drip. We set drip because nobody will miss that. You have to set it. Why do we do that? At that time, drip, it's saline, okay? 5.5. If its energy level is dropping, we add dextrose. This is what we give in drip. It's 5.5. It's kind of acidic. But the idea is you cannot dose an individual alkaline to bring back the cell's activity. It will be a horrible reaction for the person. So we try to do 5.5 NaCl, the drip, in order to rejuvenate the cells. What we are doing that time, we are calling the cells to come and help us keep this person alive. That's the reason of drip, nothing else. We put IV line as a rule. If we want to do a blood transfusion in hospitals, again, we do IV line for some time before we start to match the blood and do blood transfusion. Again, to make the cells keep calm and make them get ready. This is what we do, nothing else. But the idea is this. In medicine, or in natural terms, they say life and death has a short gap, and I will tell you why. Neutral is 7. Our body fluid is 7.3. Let's use the old man, 7.3. Watch. We try to help a patient. We cannot help that patient. We're losing the patient. We check the pulses. Then what do? We go to carotid to check the last pulse. When we check the last pulse, it's becoming trendy. We start calling what? Time of death. That's clinical death. Watch. If they bring the person to the mortuary, to forensics, that means at arrival to forensics, it's purely biological death. Do you know the pH scale of a dead man? 7.1. Check forensic medicine. pH scale of a dead man is 7.1. So, pH scale of an old man, yeah, pH scale of an old man is 7.3. Difference between 7.3 and dead man is 7.1, is 0.2. So there's a short gap between life and death, as a rule. Forensic medicine, dead man 7.1. So anything that is close to neutral is death, as a rule. Don't forget this. These are the parameters, danger zone of our life. Okay. Remember I told you in hospital case scenario what we do. And how do we alleviate a problem? In Coral Club, complementing what we do in the hospital. Я объяснил, когда человек, я говорил, приходи на больницу, если мы не можем помогать человеку, человек начинает умирать. У нас 2 шага, клинический умер, death.
Клиническая смерть.
Да, клиническая смерть. И потом биологическая смерть. Это когда привезли человека уже на морг. pH, человек, который умер, это 7.1. Разница живой и смерть, это только 0.2. Forensic medicine. Это что я объясню. Я сейчас буду говорить, как Coral Club, наша компания, начинаем помогать организму. Я не говорю, если врачи забивают, что вы сделаете в больнице. Я так не говорю. Я буду объяснять, как получить хороший результат, если вы будете держать Coral Club.
Применять наши продукты.
Да, да. Okay. Sorry, I'm going bilingual today, okay? With some errors. This is the whole ideology of our life, from the beginning to the end. But in Coral Club, we have 4 basic steps worldwide. Anywhere you are in this world, we follow 4 basic steps. No matter your health concern, But depending on the parameters, how you're giving this medication, you get a better outcome. One more important point. In our clinic case scenario, we have two types of diseases, acute, chronic. Acute cases, you say 0 to 3 months. If it's chronic, it's 3 to infinity, 3 months to infinity. Diabetes, for instance, we have conservative, glucophage, dialyne, we give to diabetic patients. They don't stay off these drugs their life. So which is better? It's a question. Which is better? You've been diagnosed last 5 years of diabetes mellitus, right? Okay? You've been diagnosed last 5 years, for instance. And you're told in 3 years you'll be off the drugs. Which is better? Or you've been diagnosed being diabetic, having diabetes mellitus, then you will live with these drugs the whole life. Which is better?
3 years.
After 3 years, you stop the drugs. Good. But is it possible in medicine? In our medical practice? No. But I'll tell you how it's possible in Coral Club. Because I have patients that I've worked on. This is how I got a better outcome. And we believe in one thing. Coral Club, nobody does adverts. When you came here, did you see any signboard, Coral Club? No. We don't need to do an advert. Worldwide, we're all over the world. Our testimony, the testimonies of people speak for us. Because people get health results. I showed you the downline, the different people in India, in Coral Club. It's not yet officially in India, but people appreciate Coral Club because it's working for them there. But the company will come in there soon. The idea of this is this. We follow 4 steps to make sure we get a better result. Remember, I said acute case, chronic case. Chronic, doctors don't like chronic case anywhere in the world because we are very active in an acute case. We give you drugs, we do surgery, we get better. We don't want you to come into the chronic zone because when you come into chronic zone, we manage you. Be you whatever you are. Cancer case, we manage you. Chemotherapy, radiotherapy, we manage you. Nothing else. Diabetes, genetical cases. Certain genetical cases, like diabetes for instance, we manage you. High BP, hypertension, we manage you. This is what we do. We manage you for the lifetime until the cells say, okay, I'm okay. Organ, come to me. It starts dying. This is the whole idea. Doctors don't like a chronic case because when you get there, we manage you. But I will show you the pure way to have a better outcome in your practice. No matter your profession, no matter where you find yourself. If you complement the approach of Coral Club together with what we do in the hospital. I can't stop being an orthopedic surgeon. I won't say, oh, do the Coral Club way. Your broken femur will straighten. No, I have to do a fixation. I have to bring back that structure. But I have to do something to make sure tomorrow maybe you don't easily get fractured. It's a better outcome. This is it. Next. 4 steps we follow in Coral Club. No matter what your health case scenario is. And a testimony. Remember, I told you we don't do adverts. We believe in testimonies. My own case scenario is this. I joined Coral Club in Poland. I was in Poland. Oh, thinking, okay, I finished here. I left Ukraine. Nothing is in Ukraine. I got out from this place because nothing in Ukraine. Ja сейчас хотела бы се нашла 400. Который мы все знаем. I left Poland. I met a friend, a medical practitioner, because when we finish somewhere from the work, he goes to another facility. I said, why are you always going every time? He got there. Luckily, my friend is in that facility because my friend was the head of a university somewhere, but dropped the job and got employed to Coral Club. I came there, understood, and saw that there are so many medical practitioners attached with Coral Club. I was shocked. Oncologists, pediatricians, different practitioners. I got to learn more about their perspective. And that's when I understood that they are getting a better outcome from their practices with the complementation of what happens in Coral Club. And that's what I want to share with all of us today. Because there's one thing in life. Before we came to Ukraine, we did one thing. We made the decision to come here. Some people might say, oh, no black in Ukraine. What's Ukraine? Go to US, Canada. But you made the decision. You're here. And today we are all doctors. First thing is decision. And next is there should be a motivation to get what you want. Don't forget this. For every great man or great woman, there must be a decision and there must be something motivating you. Sometimes people ask, oh, Chima, how do you do it? Some people might answer in a discharging way, not God. It's God. But that's a discharging answer. The actual answer is you decided to do what you do, and that's why you're successful. Because you decided and you got motivated. And that's what I want to share with all of us today. If you want to be a better practitioner, and people will light candles for you in your practice, these 4 steps. You don't stop being your cardiologist. No, you don't stop doing ECG. I didn't say that. You will do it, but you have a better outcome. Now, let me explain to you. When you give conservative treatment, you give drugs. They take it with water, right? For some people, if it's bitter, they have to take it with a more toxicity. I showed you all those toxicity. They can take it with Fanta. But that's complementing the chemicals that is inside to become more worse in you. But the idea is, there's a difference. You take drugs with water than you take drugs with coral water. And I'll explain why. Because first step is hydration. Hydration, no matter your health concern, if you start hydrating the right medium to the patient or the individual, be it cancer, whatever, you're changing the whole status by 50%. Why? Because once somebody is sick, you go into an acidic state. Remember, within us flows -60. Okay? Genetic case. Once you have a health concern, -60 is the norm. But once you have a health concern, you take -120. It means you're telling the cells, fight with me in this condition. Cancer. Anything oncological. Once anybody has cancer case, you condition that person in -200. Yeah, this new bullshit, parameter, and shasha. Should be an point, and bullshit this batch. -200, you condition the body in -200 based on the water parameter. The cancer cells become uncomfortable. I will show you. And they want to leave your body. But normally, cancer cells overtake different cells within you, make them weaker. That's why as they progress, we stage the cancer. And I will explain all these things. First is hydration. So when somebody comes to us, what do? We take the weight of the patient. Because according to World Health, you should take 30 ml per 1 kg of your weight. If you're 50 kg man, every day is 1.5 liters of fluid to keep the cells right. If you're 50 kg man. Because 30 ml times 50 kg is 1.5 liters. In Nigeria, the big giver. That's the hydration level of a 50 kg man. If you're not taking up to that, that's the minimum. If there's sunshine, you can go 2 point something, fine, because of condition of the weather. But if you go below that, you're signing a contract to go get old quickly. That's the minimum. Next. No, keep it. Hydration. We don't even send anybody to a test. We send the test in the hospital, but we ask a simple question in a coracle facility. This facility you see here, we have similar in 139 places now, over 39 countries. What do we determine? If you're taking 1.5 liters, remember, water has no nutritive value to you. You have to pass it in urine. It has to be filtered. It rejuvenates the cells, it goes out. Nobody will measure what the person is urinating, but the approximate should be the same, 1.5. Because I don't need to send you to a kidney function test. I ask you a simple question. When people come to my clinic, I ask them, what volume of water do you take a day? First of all, I take their weight, I ask them the question. When they tell me, I ask them the next question. How do you pass urine? If you take 1.5 liters and you pass 1 liter, where did the other 500 ml go? It shouldn't go anywhere. It should come out. It means that the kidney is having a problem. It's a simple thing. I only send you to do kidney function test for me to confirm what I'm suspecting. But usually, 100%, that's how it is. Then you're taking 1 liter of water a day. You are passing 3 liters of water. Where are you getting 3 liters from? You took 1 liter a day. Because every other thing you take, Fanta, Coke, your cells don't take them as a rule. Once nothing is clear, the cell rejects it. Once the fluid medium is not clear, the cell rejects it. So that's the idea. You take 1 liter of water, you're passing 3 liters, it's a problem. It's a problem. That's why if the kidney cannot do well with the filtration, we start what? Dialysis. Flushing it out. We flush it out. That's the perspective, nothing else. We flush it out. So, hydration is the first step. Maintaining the 3 parameters. Then, when you maintain this, next step, we don't jump steps in Coral Club in trying to give you a health recommendation. Because what we do in clinics, we prescribe medicine. You go to apteca, you go to pharmacy and buy. But in Coral Club facility, we recommend what you should take. Then you come to a Coral Club facility to get it. The idea is, first is 50% is water, the right fluid. If you start the coral fluid, you're way 50% to restoring your health. Even if you're healthy, you're not sick, you're 50% to maintain your health. These are the 2 ways. Second, we don't jump steps. Detoxification. As a rule. We'll watch a video. These are Coral Club health specialists as well in the United States. But they're individually gastroenterologists. When we cook at home, in the kitchen, if the sink is filled up and blocked, what do? We go under, nice, and open up the pipe and bring every rubbish out. Do you see the horrible smell that comes out from there? Good. In our body, yes, it's just a bit in our body, the first elimination point in our body is the colon. No matter the rubbish we take, no matter the health condition we are inside, when they want to get to a place to hide, they come to the colon. Your small intestine is 25 meters, but God folded it, packed it inside us. Digestion process has to go everywhere. But the idea is, if you keep step-by-step detox, colon health neat, other organs won't have a problem. If the colon is bad, imagine, we'll watch a video regarding this. Imagine you left your sink and you're still washing more places inside. What will happen? It will overflow. Right? So you have to clean it up before you start to wash again. This is how our body is. Hydration, you hydrate the cells, the uncomfortable cells in you, be it whatever it is, run to the colon. They are looking for a way to escape. What do? You help them escape. This is what we call detox. Detoxification. And you have to do it what? Routinely. You have to do it routinely. This better outcome, it's not like, it's like my success, right? I finished here 2012, did masters 2015. I went back home to process a license, got it, tried to open a private place. The secret of a lot of people coming to line up to wait for Dr. Chima, they wait for you in the same way. When I'm not around, they don't want to come. They only wait when I'm around. This company has made me more successful, and I've gotten a lot of testimonies. I know what I give them, I know how I manage them because I follow these 4 steps. This is in my city, no worry. It's safe anywhere in the world. In Coral Club, we have over 2,660 doctors attached to Coral Club worldwide. I've met most of them because there's something we do every year forum. We go to a particular country We meet all ourselves. There are a lot of medical practitioners. So when people hear a company, it's not about the money, money, money. No. There's the basics for it. It will make our practice more successful. And I'll give you all the proofs. And you'll watch some videos from our colleagues. Detox. Because if you don't detoxify the colon, the next point of elimination is the liver. Colon will push some of the toxins. Because what we go this word is auto-intoxication, self-poisoning. If we don't detoxify the liver, the colon, part of the job of the colon pushes it to the liver. If liver cannot accommodate it, pushes it to the kidney. Kidney to the lungs. Then the last point of elimination in our body is the skin. You look beautiful from the inside out, not from outside in medicine. If you clean up your colon routinely, you are almost 20% is detox, 50% is supplements. Forget about supplementation. If there's a parasite in you, you're taking supplements. As you're growing, that parasite is growing. But Coral Claw, you must pass these 2 steps to have a successful outcome, to have a better outcome for that health concern. So, pass mark in anywhere is what? 70. Pass mark in school, 70 over 100. So you add 50% plus 20 from here, 70 pass mark. Because if we're 70% of our body is the cells living in the body fluids, who do you take more care for? It's the cells. The greater number, you take care of them. This is what we do in Coral Claw. Then, the third is the supplementation. But before you start taking supplements, you know that you have all the parameters in stock. Before I move to the protection, I will invite my colleague. She's a dietologist, Alaftina, to explain to you, before you do supplementation, parameters you have to check within you to know whether you're growing old faster or you're even going backward, becoming younger. We tested it today in how old are you? By the analysis, how old are you? 12 years. That's what he is, biologically, 12 years old. Not a joke. We'll try. Who wants to try? Alaftina is a dietologist, international dietologist. All want to try. Okay, we're in Europe. We give 2 ladies option and 1 guy. Okay? So, let's be attentive. This is Coral Claw. You learn a lot. Сколько можно проверить? Я знаю, у вас нет времени.
Ну, я могу проверить сколько угодно. Какой у
нас ваше время?
Регламент какой у нас по времени?
Хорошо. Кто хотел проверить? Who wants to check? Сейчас, да? No, 3 for today. We have training here. No jokes. You will know how old you are today, biologically. Because physically, what you have in your passport is your natural age. But inside organism, somebody